السلام عليكم. Good evening. How are you?
وعليكم السلام. Good evening, miss.
Hi. How are you?
الحمد لله. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Okay. I think most of students are here. Okay. Rama is here.
Yes.
Okay. Iman. Iman
Here,
Hajar.
Prof.
Okay. ثريا مدور.
Yes.
جمعة. واصل.
Yes, here.
مصعب. لبنى صباح.
Yes, here.
اوكي. عبد الغني. أحمد راعي.
I'm here.
أوكي. أساور.
Yes, here.
آلاء رشيد. آلاء رشيد. آلاء, can you hear us? آلاء رشيد. أوكي. فضاء محمد. فضاء. أسماء بلال. أسماء. سلطان بدوي. محمود يسور. أحمد هواش. أحمد. وائل حج ياسين.
Yes, here.
نور نصر الله.
Yes, here.
هيثم.
Yes, here.
رؤى سرماني. رؤى سرماني. رؤى سرماني.
Yes, here.
اوكي. مرام عبد الله.
Yes, here.
اوكي. did I miss anyone؟
هسه آلاء رشيد موجودة بس فصل النت رجعت الحمد لله زبطتها.
لا رشيد. اوكي. anyone else؟
أنا اسمي تهاني الأخرس.
تهاني.
الأخرس.
this is the first time you attend؟ تهاني.
نعم ماسي.
is it your first time you attend؟
ما فهمت عليك.
is it the first time you attend؟
أنا هلأ دخلت.
okay. is it your first time؟ how many lectures have you been attending؟
أنا نزلت من فترة بس ما كنت معهم أحضر في المحاضرة.
اوكي. okay. anyone else؟ just have new students joining. محمود يسوف. محمود يسوف.
Yes, yes.
okay. so I think most of the students are here. okay. أحمد هواش I think is not here yet. okay. well, let's get started. We have stopped last lecture at text number 15, right?
Yes, that's right.
we had it or not?
We had it.
okay. so we will start with text number 16. I will share the screen. Is it clear? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
great. Yes, please. Let's start with your reading. Who can read?
Yes.
Yes, Haytham, go ahead.
There was a great deal of trouble in the city the other day. A horse got out of a field and came into town on its own. It walked across the public grandness
It walked. It walked. Pronounce it as te. It walked.
Yes. It walked across the public gardens and through a busy
Gardens.
Yes, public gardens. gardens, yes, public gardens, and through a busy street. Then it sat down in the middle of the main road, opposite a church. All the traffic stopped. Quiet, a few people.
Church.
What?
It's church. Church, yes.
Yes, yes. Opposite a church. All the traffic stopped. Quiet, a few people tired to lead it away. But no one could move it. Just then, a farmer appeared. He called to it. It got up and he led it away.
He called to it.
What?
Called.
What?
He called to it.
Yes, he called to it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He called to it. It got up and he led it away.
Okay, thank you. Yes, anyone else? Yes, Ru'a, go ahead.
Yes, there was a great deal of trouble in the city the other day. A horse got out of a field and came into town on its own. It walked across the public gardens and through a busy street. Then it sat down in the middle of the main road opposite a church. All the traffic stopped. Quick, a few people tried to lead it away, but no one could move it. Just then, a farmer appeared. He called to it. It got up and he led it away.
Thank you very much, Ru'a. That's very good. Yes, anyone else? Yes, Ahmed.
There was a great deal of trouble in the city in the other day. A horse got
We
out
don't have
of a
the
field
other day. In the city the other day.
the other day. A horse got out of a field and came into town on its own. It walked across the public garden. A few people tried to lead it away, but no one could move it. Just then a farmer appeared, who called to it. It got up and he led it away.
Thank you. Okay. I will read the text and explain the new vocabulary. There was a great deal of trouble in the city the other day. Can you see the screen?
Yes, clear.
Okay, great.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, because I think there is a problem. Yes. There was a great deal of trouble in the city the other day. When I say a great deal, it means that there's something much or many or a lot of. Okay? When it means in Arabic like قدرا كبيرا, or it means like a lot of. A great deal of trouble, it means a lot of trouble. Okay? And trouble, most of the time, it's uncountable. When I say uncountable noun, I cannot add is, like a plural is. Okay? So most of the time, it is a lot of trouble, not a lot of troubles. Okay? So a lot of trouble, it means a lot of problems. Okay? So a great deal it means a lot of. In the city the other day. What's the meaning of the other day?
Yesterday.
No, it's not yesterday. When I
one
say
day.
yes, it's one day. When I say the other day, it means that I'm not specifying the day. Okay, I mean that a few days ago, or recently, or a short time ago. Okay, as in Arabic when I say هداك اليوم, okay, or من كم يوم. So the other day, I'm not specifying the day. It means like a short time ago, or one day, or recently, or a few days ago. Okay, يعني ذات يوم. A horse got out of a field. What's the meaning of got out?
Went. It's
It
mean
means
went.
like went out, right?
Yes.
Or exist. It means like to exit. Sorry. To exit a place. EXIT. Exit. Like يخرج. Like to leave a place or to went out of a place. What's the meaning of field?
A farm.
Yes, very good. It's a farm. So got out of the field and came into town on its own. Came into, it means like to enter or to go in. All right. When I say on its own, or for example, on my own, on his own, on her own, what's the meaning of on my own?
By myself.
By myself or by itself.
Very good. It means, for example, when I say on my own, for example, I study on my own. So it means that I study alone by myself without anyone's help. All right. So on its own, it means that without any interference of anyone. It walked across the public gardens. So as you see here, that P is capital and G is capital as well. So it's a name of a place, as it is when I say, for example, public garden, الحديقة العامة. So it is, or الحدائق العامة, it is a name of a garden. And through a busy street, through a busy street. Through, it means like it is into or in or within a place. Okay, or across, we can say across a busy street. Then it sat down in the middle of the main road opposite a church. What's the meaning of opposite?
Facing in the other direction.
Yes, very good. So it is on the other direction or on the other side of the same area. Okay, so it is on the other side of the same area. So opposite a church, it's مقابل. Okay, you know what's the meaning of church?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's
A Christian house. A Christian house.
Christians, yes. So it's a building where Christians go to, like, to worship, you know. So opposite a church, it's a church. All the traffic stopped. What's the meaning of traffic?
It's like when the cars crowded.
Yeah, it means like the
Road.
movement. Yes,
It means a road, which is a people passing across and the cars.
yes, it means like the movement of trains, of cars from one place to another. Okay, so it is حركة المرور. All the traffic stopped. We pronounce it as stopped, not stopped. Okay, stopped, stopped. So we have p and ed pronounced as t. Stopped. Quiet. A few people. When I say quiet, it means like it's not very much.
Many people.
Quiet, a few people, it means like quiet, it means إلى حد ما. Okay, like to a small extent, not very much, not extremely, you know. So it's to a small extent إلى حد ما. Or we can say fairly. I will write it in the chat. When I say quiet or quiet, so it means fairly. Quite a few people. Quite a few people. Don't confuse between the pronunciation of the word quiet, like this word, and quiet, which is calm. You know calm? What's the meaning of calm?
هادئ.
Yes. So I wrote the words in the chat. The first one, which is the E in the end, it's pronounced as quiet, which means fairly. It's pronounced as quiet. Okay? But when we have the quiet, which is E in the middle before T, so it is pronounced as quiet. Quiet, which is the same meaning as calm or calm. Okay? Calm in the American and calm in the British. So can you differentiate between the two pronunciation?
Yes, clear.
Yes. So how can we pronounce the word which is the same meaning as fairly?
Quiet.
It's quiet, quiet. And
Quiet.
what about the second one, which is the same meaning as calm?
Quiet.
Quiet.
Quiet, quiet. Yes.
Quiet.
The first one quiet, the second one quiet. Okay, so this word is quiet. Quite a few people try to lead it away. When you lead somebody or something, so you took it somewhere. You takes this person or this, for example, animal, take it somewhere. Okay? But no one could move it. Just then, a farmer appeared. What's the meaning of appeared?
Show it.
Showed like in the past, or we can say seen. Okay? Or seen in the past. Seen, ظهر. He called to it. What's the meaning of call to it? You know the verb call, it means like to telephone somebody. Okay, it is the first meaning of it. And we have the second meaning, which is like to shout at somebody in order to get their attention. Okay, when I say call to her, call to him, It means that I shouted at them in order to get their attention. Okay, it means like نادى or صاح عليه. Okay, in order like to shout, صرخ, to shout at them, to shout at it, for example, in order to get their attention. When I say, for example, I called to her, I called to him. So in order to get their attention, للفت الانتباه, I shouted at them. Okay, so he called to it, so he shouted at it in order to get its attention. صاح عليه. So it got up and he led it away. Okay, it got up and he led it away. So lead is the past of the verb lead. Okay, he led it away. Is it clear? Do you have any new vocabulary?
No, it's clear. Thank you.
Okay. So let's move to the questions. We have 5 questions. You need to answer them in a form of paragraph. Okay. Is it enough 5 minutes? Because we don't have a lot of questions, just 5 questions. Is it enough 5 minutes? Is it enough 5 minutes for you in order to answer these questions?
Yes, it's enough.
Okay. So go ahead and answer those questions.
عجب ما في صوت.
Yes, please. Who's ready?
Yes, miss.
Yes, go ahead.
The horse got out of a field and came into town on its own, and that it caused a lot of trouble in the city. It walked across the public gardens and through a busy street. After that, it sat down in the middle of the main road opposite a church. Although quite a few people tried to lead it away, but no one could move it.
Okay,
And,
Rama, did you remember last time we said that I think,
okay.
yes, I
Yes,
mentioned this
yes,
point. You
yes,
remember?
yes, ذكرت. Although ما بصير استخدم but.
Yes, very good.
Okay. At last, a farmer could to lead it away.
Okay, so how it come to say with also? What is the correct way?
Although quite a few people tried to lead it away, no one could move it.
Very good, yes. And last one?
At last, a farmer could to lead it away.
A farmer, what?
Could to lead it away.
Okay, when we okay, hello again.
Hello.
Yes, I think Rama was reading the answers.
Yes.
Yes, the last answer was you said he could to lead, right?
Yes.
Okay. When we have modal verbs like can, could, may, might, shall, should, etc., we cannot use after them to. We cannot say, for example, I can't drive. Okay?
I can drive.
Yes. So we need to pay attention to 2 points, which are the first one, we cannot use after them to. You can't say, for example, you should to study. No. This is number one. Number two, you need to use the infinitive verb, infinitive masdar, infinitive verb after them. You cannot say, for example, he could lead. No, he could lead. He could lead it away. Okay, because
Okay.
then in the past, and we cannot use past form after the modal verbs.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Rama. So what are the linking words that you used?
And that, after that, although, just.
And I think in the end, right?
At last, ممكن يعني نعتبره كمان.
In the end, yes, it is like an adverb in order to, it's like finally.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Yes,
You're welcome.
who else? Yes, Lubna, go ahead.
A horse got out of a field and came into town on its own. That caused a lot of trouble in the city the other day. It walked across the public gardens and through a busy street. And then
It is through.
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 Yes.
Okay, and it's not own, it's own. Own.
Through.
Yes, through it's o, and on its own, not own. Own.
On.
Yes.
On. Yes. Through a busy street. And
busy.
then
Busy.
a busy street.
Yes.
And then it sat down in the middle of the main road opposite a church. So a few people
opposite a church. Church.
Church, yes. So a few people tried to move it away, but no one could move it. In the end, a farmer led it away.
A farmer let it away.
Led in the past or led it?
Led it away, yes. In the past, because all the questions are in the past, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Yes, yes, Ahmed.
A horse got out of its field and came into town on its own. It walked across the public gardens and through a busy street. Then it sat down in the middle
busy.
of
a
busy street. Then it sat down in the middle of the main road, opposite a church. No one was able to move it until a farmer showed up and led it away.
Okay, thank you so much. So you change a little, I think, the style of the sentence in
Yes.
question number 4 and 5, right?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, thank you. Good, Ahmed. Yes, Ru'a, go ahead.
Yes, a horse caused a lot of trouble in the city the other day because it walked across the public garden and through a busy street, and it sat down in the middle of the main road. No one could move it. Then a farmer could lead it away.
It's I think it's better to say but a farmer, not so. You said so?
No one could move it. Then I
So
said
I think it's to use but, it's better than to use then, right? Because you have like opposite idea of the previous one. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, Wasil, go ahead.
There was a great deal of trouble in the city because the horse got out a field and come into town. Then it walked across the public gardens and through a busy street.
It walked.
Yes. After that, it sat down in the middle of the main road opposite a church, but no one could move it. At the end, the farmer led it away.
Okay, very good. Thank you. But concerning this word, it's opposite. Okay, it's opposite.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Okay, anyone? Okay, so let's move to the next text, next passage. I will share the screen again. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, great. Let's move to passage number 17. Yes, who can read?
Yes, I can.
Yes, go ahead.
The telephone rang and I picked up the receiver.
And
Hello,
I
I
picked when I have K at the end and I add ED, so pronounce it as T. I picked, walked. Okay, the same.
I picked up the receiver.
Yes.
Hello, I said. Hello, said a voice. Belle here. Is Betty there? I am sorry, I said. You've got the wrong number. A few seconds later, the telephone rang again. Just as I expected, it was Belle. You have made a mistake again, I explained. Then the phone rang a third time. This made me angry, and I spoke in a high voice. Hello, Belle. Betty here. For a moment, there was complete silence. Then someone said, "What's the matter with you, Tom?" It was my mother.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, anyone else?
Can I read?
Yes, Suraya, go
Yes.
ahead.
The telephone rang and I picked up the receiver. Hello, I said. Hello, said a voice. Belle here. It's Betty there. I am sorry, I said. You have got the wrong number. A few seconds later, the telephone rang again. Just as I expected, it was Bill. You have made a mistake again.
I expected.
I expected it was Bill. You have made a mistake again. I explained. Then that the phone rang a third time. This made me angry. I spoke in a high voice. Hello, Bill. Betty here. For a moment there was complete silence. Then someone said, what's the matter with you, Tom? It was my mother.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, anyone?
Yes.
Yes, Ahmed, go ahead.
The telephone rang and I picked up the receiver. Hello, I said. Hello, said a voice. Bill here. Is Betty there? I'm sorry, I said. You have got the wrong number. A few seconds later, the telephone rang again, just as I expected. It was Bill. You have made a mistake again, I explained. Then the phone rang a third time. This made me angry. I spoke in a high voice. Hello, Bill, Betty here. For a moment there was complete silence. Then someone said, "What's the matter with you, Tom?" It was my mother.
Thank you. Okay, let's read the passage for the last time, and I will explain some words. The telephone rang. Rang, when I say rang, it's the past of the verb ring. Okay, it's the past of the verb ring. So ring, rang, rung. Ring, rang as a past, and past participle, rung. Okay, so the telephone rang, so it is in the past symbol, and I picked, not picked, I picked up the receiver. When I say I picked up the receiver or picked up the phone, it means that I answered. Okay, before talking about picked up, what's the meaning of receiver? What's the meaning of receiver?
تليفون جهاز يعني أو
You're close to the meaning. It's a part of telephone that you hold, you know, hold, catch, when you hold next to your mouth and ear. So what's called in Arabic?
هي السماعة.
Very good. It's a
السماعة.
Yes, very good. Okay, so it's a part of telephone. Yes, سماعة. So when I say I picked up the receiver or I picked up the phone, it means that I answered. Okay, in Arabic or in بالعامية بنقول رفعت السماعة. So the same meaning. When I say رفعت السماعة, it means that I answered. يعني رديت على الهاتف. Okay, so I can say I picked up the receiver or I picked up the phone or the telephone, for example. It means that I answered. Hello, you see that we used another spelling, which is HULLO. Okay, you know, when I say spelling, it's تهجئة. So how words are formed inside a word. So hello in U, not E, it is the same as E. Okay, so it is another spelling of the word hello, HELLO. Okay, so hello in U or in E, the same. Okay, but it is another spelling of the word hello and the same pronunciation. Okay, so hello, I said. Hello, said a voice. Bill here. So it's the name of the one who is calling or who is telephoning. Okay, you know, telephone. When I say telephone, it can come as a noun and as a verb. Okay, I can say, for example, the telephone rang, so it means like رن الهاتف. Or I can say I will telephone you. It means in Arabic we have a similar word, which is يهاتف, right? So it means like to ring to somebody or to call somebody, like يتصل بي. Okay, so Bill here, it's this name of a person that is calling, اللي عم يتصل. So he said, is Betty there? هل Betty هنا? I'm sorry, I said. You've got the wrong number. You've got the wrong number. This is the way in order to tell somebody that he made a mistake. For example, when he, for example, calling the wrong number. A few seconds later, seconds, it's like a short period of time. It's less than minutes, you know? A few seconds later, it means like after. A few seconds later, the telephone rang again, just as I expected. When I say I expect, it means like I think or I thought in the past that something will happen. Okay, I expected, I thought that something will happen or would happen. It means like توقعت. I expected. It was Bill. It was Bill. You've made a mistake again, I explained. Then the phone rang a third time. This made me angry. I spoke in a high voice. Hello, Bill. Betty here. Hello, Bill. Betty here. For a moment, there was complete silence. Then someone said, what's the matter with you, Tom? What's the matter with somebody? It means, what's the problem? It was my mother. So at the end of the day, the third time call, it was from his mother. Okay. Is everything clear? Do you have any like unclear vocabulary or words? Do you have any question about the text? Do you have any questions? Do you have any new vocabulary you need me to explain?
No, it's clear.
Okay. So let's answer the questions below. Okay, I don't know if it can be like in a full screen, because the passage in a page and the questions in separate page. I think you have the file, right? Then I will show it to you, just the questions, and you can use the file in your phones in order to answer the question. Okay, take 7 minutes. 7 minutes in order to answer these questions. Go ahead, please. Okay, have you finished? Yes, who's ready?
I'm ready, Prof.
Okay, Ahmed, go ahead, please.
Okay. A strange man telephoned me twice. His name was Bill. He wanted to speak to Betty. He accidentally called the wrong number.
Yes,
He
very good.
accidentally called the wrong number. The telephone rang a third time. I felt very angry. Then I picked up the phone and said, "Hello, Bill. Betty here." But it was not Bill. It was my mother.
Very good. Thank you so much. Very good, Ahmed. Yes, anyone else?
Yes, miss.
Yes, go ahead, Rama.
3 times a strange man telephoned me. His name was Bill.
3 times or 2 times?
3 times. 3.
Did you remember that when it was the third time?
It was his mom. Yes, but
Right.
just 2 times. Yes, that's right. 2 times strange man telephoned me. His name was Bill, and he wanted to speak to Betty.
Did you add D to telephone?
Yes.
Telephone to me.
Yes.
Yes, very good.
His name was Bill, and he wanted to speak to Betty. However, he called the wrong number. In the third time, when the telephone rang, I felt angry. So I said,
got.
sorry, I didn't hear you.
Is it I get or I got?
I don't say get. I felt angry.
Oh, sorry. I heard it is
Get?
Get, yes.
No.
So I felt, yes.
Yes, I felt angry. So I said, "Hello, Bill. Betty here." But it was not Bill. It was my mom.
Thank you. Very good.
You're welcome.
Yes. Anyone? Yes. Who else?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, Lubna, go ahead.
The telephone rang for 2 times from strange man. And his name?
From a strange. Just add.
A strange man. And his name was Bill. He wanted to speak to Betty. So he called the wrong number.
Is it correct here to add so? When we add so, we have like cause and result. You know?
Yes.
You can say but.
But he called the wrong number.
Yes.
The phone rang a third time, so I felt very angry. I said, "Hello, Bill. Betty here," but it was my mother.
Very good, Lubna. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Okay, anyone else? Yes, Ru'a, go ahead.
Yes. One day, my telephone rang 2 times. He was a strange man called Bill. He wanted to speak to Betty.
He want or he wanted?
يعني شلون الفظاء أنا حاطة إيدي. He wanted.
Wanted, yes.
Yes, okay. He wanted to speak.
In fast speech, you can say he wanted.
He wanted.
In
Okay.
fast speech, but when you say it slowly, you can say he wanted.
Okay. He wanted to speak to Betty. Certainly, he called the wrong number. At the third time, the telephone rang again. That made me angry. I said, "Hello, Bill. Betty here."
That make me or made me?
I write make. Yes, it's made.
Mhm.
That made me angry. I said, "Hello, Bill. Betty here." It was my mother.
Yes, thank you so much. We can say, for example, thank you, Ru'a. We can say once, it means like one time. We can say twice, it means two times. Okay. We have a word which is not very common. It means like thrice. It is thrice. It means like three times, but it is not commonly used. We can just say three times. So once as one time, twice as two times, and we can say three times, four times, etc. Yes, who else? Anyone else?
ميس 3 تايم بالطريقة الثانية كيف تنكتب؟
Thrice, th. It's
Yes.
an old word. It's not commonly used, but just to know it, it's thrice. I wrote it in the chat. Thrice, it means like three times, but it's an old word. It's not common nowadays.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else want to share his or her answers? Okay, so thank you so much. That's all for today. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you. It's clear.
Okay, thank you so much. And that's all for today. I will stop here. Inshallah, see you next lecture.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.